can we can vote? All right, let's vote. The motion is to approve action item
Chair,
number
may I?
1. Sorry, oh, is that,
Chair, may I?
yes, is that, oh, that member Bogus?
It is Member Bogus, sir.
Yes.
I just would offer that in reviewing the contracts, there is a disclosure in the contract that would govern the Utah Fit Scholarship of every student in the state, not just the students that apply for the information. And I think that as a body, that should cause us overwhelming consternation, because it's not just the students who participate in the program, it's every child and their PII. And so I would just put that out there before we vote. Members can make their own decisions, sir. Thank you.
So where is it located?
Disclosure, could I ask disclosure to whom?
And what page?
To the party of the contract.
The program manager. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Does she have a?
So it's not authorizing disclosure to other parties, but you're saying it discloses all students in the state's PII to the program manager. What page is that?
Sir, that is how I read it, yes.
Do you know what page we should?
It is cited. I apologize, sir, I'm on Zoom.
No worries.
My understanding is that it was for the purposes of verification. And I just think that that's something we should look into.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. We actually were mid-vote, so that can affect or influence the vote. Let's continue with the vote. It is open. The motion is to approve all consent contract items. So let's proceed with the vote.
Green is no. Bogus is
Sorry.
no.
Bogus is no. Green? Okay, green is no, correct? All right, so Bogus
Correct.
is no, green is no. Okay, we've lost member Booth. Is that the only one we're missing? Sorry, so this is the motion was to approve all of the contract items in item number 1, the consent calendar. Okay. Well, let's read the vote. We're voting. We've got the vote is 9-5. That passes. The noes are member Wood, member Green, member Bogus, member Davis, and member Klein. So I'm sorry. Back to member Klein. There's a question. The vote's been taken. Is that a follow-up about just gathering information related to the question
yeah,
that
I
was
just
raised?
wondered if we have a staff member that knows the contract well enough that could point us to that section so we could take a look at it. And then if somebody that voted on the prevailing side could bring it back if we see that it's problematic.
Where is it located at?
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I don't think we heard it. I know member Bogus is joining us by...
She might be online. It's like 138
Director
pages,
Chalice?
so it'd be helpful if someone could point us.
I'm
happy to speak
to.
Yes.
Why?
I was just going to say, if Board Member Bogus could describe her question again and the page number, I think I might know. I think I have a sense of what it is, but I don't think I heard the question well enough or what she was hoping for clarification on.
Member Bogus, are you able to rephrase the question or repeat it?
Yes, sir. There is a section in that contract that authorizes the release of every student in the state and their PII for the purposes of verification.
Do you know where that might be in the contract?
Sir, I'm sorry, I don't. I wish that I was in front of my computer. I would find it for you.
No worries. Well, I think we're digging through. Deputy Stallings, I think, has a beat on it.
We can follow up with her and bring it back to you.
Or Director Chalice, do you know the contract or what that provision's about, where it might be if it is?
Yeah, I don't, thanks, Chair. This is Katie Chalice, Director of Privacy. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, I can speak to this if you'd like. I can't point to the part of the contract that Member Bogus is referring to, but I can explain to you how this data sharing would work. So
Sure.
the legislature has charged the program manager with determining eligibility of students who apply for participation. This would require USBE to give the program manager relevant information about those students when they apply. So it is true that the program manager would need access to student information for any student who applies, but they don't receive that information until the student applies, and then they check the information based on that application, if that makes sense. So there wouldn't be like
So they're checking
extensive-
after the application.
So do we
yes,
have,
exactly. They're checking in response to the application. Mhm.
okay,
Let's see.
follow up, Vice Chair Earl? or
Yeah, I
Member
just
Klein?
was,
Vice
and
Chair
the question is, so they can't actually check the information until after there's an enrollment or whatever the process is, right?
Yeah, and admittedly, like this is going to require some discussion with USBE staff and the program manager and how to do that technologically. I imagine there will probably be some kind of API that we need to establish, but that's definitely, for me personally, as the privacy director, that's really important to me to make sure that the program manager only has access to information as needed and not carte blanche.
Okay, thank you.
Member Klein, does that, or Member Bogus, did that answer the question? Okay. We did vote. Member Davis? What?
Yeah, I'm looking at 38. It's got a lot of limitations on it.
Okay. Norton, yeah, I guess we've got an order. Member Norton, Member Klein, Member Davis?
I'm also looking in I looked in section 119 and saw some things, but I'm also looking in section 38 and it's very limited. It shall be limited to the necessary and directly related to the contractor's responsibilities. It's only provided for the writing of the scope of the work. It goes through over and over and limits that all on the data.
Okay. To the needs related to the applicants. Member Davis?
No, it's section 38.
Yeah.
page 9.
Did I miss it this somewhere? How many applied?
We're just putting the,
How many applied to be the Utah Fits All manager? 5? And they all got relatively low scores? And they're just getting, this is an out-of-state entity that's getting $10 million. They're just throwing it out there. There's nothing we can do about it, I guess, because it is what it is, but just putting it out there.
Okay. All right, I think that covers that item. We still have the action item for the minutes, which is action item 3. That was pulled, but it was already kind of separate.